What's up guys, Groovy Guitar Dude here with a beginner guitar tutorial for Positions by Ariana Grande. If this video helps you out, hit that like and subscribe button and let me know down in the comments below what other songs by Ariana Grande that you want to learn on guitar. Guys, the first thing that you want to know to play Positions on guitar is that in order to get rid of some bar chords and keep the song as beginner friendly as possible, we're going to capo up to 5th fret. And if you don't have a capo, I'll have linked to get this capo for free right up here. The next thing that we'd usually go over for a song is a structure, but for Positions, we're actually just going to have one picking pattern that's going to repeat through the whole entire song. So you don't need to worry about the structure for Positions. And the last thing that you want to know before we dive into Positions is the two chord shapes that we need to play this song. The first one is going to be a variation of an A minor 7. And the other one is going to be an F major 7. And I'll have chord charts for both of those in the pinned comment below for those of you who need them. And with all that in mind, guys, let's dive into Positions. Man, Positions is one of those songs that sounds a lot more complicated to play on guitar than it actually is. I totally dig this song, and as soon as I heard it, I was excited to share it with you guys, and I broke it down, and it was much easier than it sounded like it was to play, so I'm stoked to share this more beginner-friendly version with you guys, because it's a lot of fun. So, with that in mind, this song does just have one picking pattern that repeats through the whole entire song, start to finish, which is awesome, because it is a little bit of a tricky pattern, and it is kind of fast, but once you get it down once, you literally just repeat the same thing through the whole entire song. So it's fun. The picking pattern is a little bit tricky. It's going to be a little tough for beginners out there, but you just repeat it over and over again through the whole song. So once you got it, you got it. So with that in mind, guys, like I said, we have two chord shapes in this song. The first shape is going to be kind of the first half of the picking pattern, and the second shape is going to be the second half of the picking pattern. Like I said, it's a lot easier than it sounds. It sounds complicated, but it's not too bad. So let's start by looking at that first shape, which is going to kind of circle around the first half of this picking pattern. That first shape is going to be the A minor 7 variation shape, and we're just going to have a little picking pattern that we're going to do around this shape. So let's break this down note by note. This is going to be a finger picking pattern. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start by picking an open A, and then we're going to pick that second D, and then we're going to pick an open B string, and then an open G, and then we're going to go to a second D again, open G, open B, and then we're going to finish up this half with a third on the B string. Just like that. So that's a little walkthrough of what that looks like, but it probably just seems like a bunch of random notes right now. So let's kind of pace it out a little better with the song. So again, we're going to go open A, second D, and then open B, open G, and then we're going to go second D, open G, open B, third B. So that might look intimidating because it is quite a bit faster than what we were just doing our walkthrough, but don't worry, we're going to come through and do a slow playthrough of that in a little bit, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to get this closer to full speed. But let's take a look at the second half of this picking pattern where we go to that F shape. So we're going to again have this F major 7 shape. Pretty easy. I know F looks intimidating and sounds intimidating if you're new to guitar, but this one's super, super, super easy. So with that in mind, what we're going to do is we're going to have this F shape. So we're going to have a third on the D, a second on the G, a first on the B, an open high E, and then a third on the B. And then what we're going to do next is do an open D string. And then we're going to put that F shape back on, and we're going to go third D, second G, first B. Just like that. And that's the entire second shape there. So one more little walkthrough of that. Again, we're going to start with this F shape, and we're going to go third D, second G, first B, open high E, third B, and then we're going to go open D, and then we're going to put that F shape back down and go third D, second G, first B. And that's the end of that shape. And then again, through that second shape, we'll look closer to this full speed. About like that. So now you have your two shapes. We've gone over both shapes, so now let's put them together. We'll start with that A minor 7. This is just going to be a simple walkthrough of the whole progression all together. We're going to do open A, second D, open B, open G. Then we're going to go back to second D, open G, open B, third B, and then we're going to go into that F shape, and we're going to go third D, second G, first B, open high E, and then third B, and then we're going to do open D, and then third D, second G, first B. Just like that. And that's the whole picking pattern, and that is going to repeat through the whole song. So we're going to do a full playthrough in just a second, but just to show you that what we just actually picked through when played full speed with the song actually looks like what's being played in the song. It'll look about like this all the way through full speed. About like that, and that's what we're going for, and that's what we're trying to get to. Now, like I said, this song is tricky, and I always recommend with picking patterns, when they're fast like this, to start by playing them very slow, as many times as you need to, very slowly, repeating over and over again, and just working up your speed as you get the picking pattern down. That's what I had to do with this one, because it is a tricky picking pattern. Even for me, it's a tricky picking pattern. It's just fast. It's not too terribly complicated, and it is very repetitive, but it's very, very fast. So I would recommend, if you're having trouble playing that full speed, which again, I totally did, so don't feel weird or bad about it. If you are having trouble playing that full speed, just practice it over and over again slowly until you get it down full speed. So guys, like I said, that is the one picking pattern that repeats through this whole entire song, start to finish. Super cool, super fun to play, a little bit tricky to play full speed, but very, very fun and cool picking pattern. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play through this a couple of times very slowly so that you can make sure you got all the right stuff in all the right places. And then I'll play through it a couple of times full speed so that you can match it up with the speed of the song. So slowly a couple of times first to look about like this. And guys, a couple of times full speed through the picking pattern that's going to repeat all the way through positions will look about like this. And guys, that is everything you should need to know to play positions on guitar. As always, if you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments down below. I'm usually pretty quick getting back to those. And again, if this video helped you out, hit hit that subscribe button. I have about 800 other guitar and ukulele lessons on this channel. I usually try to post at least 3 to 5 new lessons every single week. So if you're learning guitar or ukulele, there cannot be a more perfect channel for you to check out. If you want to see what songs I'm jamming on, where I'm traveling right now, or pictures of my dog, you can hit up my Instagram at @thegroovyguitardude. Link for that will be in the description below. And lastly guys, if you want to support the channel and get your name in the credits at the end of each new guitar tutorial, you can hit up my Patreon at patreon.com/thegroovyguitardude. Link for that will be in the description below as well. Guys, Positions is a super cool song. I'm so stoked on Ariana Grande's new album. I admittedly have not listened to a whole lot of it yet. I really want to. I've listened to kind of bits and pieces of every song, and obviously I've listened to this song or I wouldn't be teaching it to you guys. But I'm actually a big fan of Ariana Grande. I like a lot of her music. I think she's an incredible singer, and I'm stoked to listen to the rest of this album. So let me know what other songs I should check out in the comments down below. What other ones I should teach, what other ones I should just listen to, all of that. But guys, this is one of those songs that it's beginner friendly because it just repeats the same thing through the whole song. The picking pattern itself is not too terribly difficult. The hard part about it is that it's fast. It is played pretty quickly, and so that was something that I struggled when learning this song, is just making sure that I could keep it up to full speed, because it's not too difficult to play. There's nothing too terribly complicated as far as the concepts, as far as the picking, as far as the shapes. It's just fast. So again, what I always recommend for songs like this that have fast picking patterns is to just break them down, learn the parts, play them very slowly, and play that picking part over and over again as slowly as you need to, literally, just over and over again. If it takes 100 times, if it takes 500 times, I don't know. However long it takes, slowly, and build up your speed as you get more and more comfortable with that picking pattern, because the more you practice it, the better you'll get. I know that's kind of such a staple, like, cliche thing to say in guitar, but it's very true, especially with picking patterns like this. If you practice it slowly, you will get this thing down at full speed in no time. So guys, I had a lot of fun playing this song. I hope you guys have a lot of fun jamming on it as well. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all soon.